Hey guys, it's Sean. How are you? And welcome to Shanda Says. Today is Wednesday, Sex and Relationship Day. But today I really want to give you guys some real food for thought. I want to name today's vlog, Chasing the Ring. Is it worth the trip? Now, I love this topic so much because so many of you guys write into me and want to know my opinion about marriage. You know, me and my husband have been together 10 years, and most of the 10 years has been very good. I have to say it's a very good marriage for me. I'm happy. Now, I've been married before, and in that marriage I was not very happy. So when I talk about marriage, please know that it's coming from a place of experience. So everything that I want to share with you today is on a personal basis, on things that I've been through. And you know, today what I want to do is I want to do 10 steps, 10 things I want you to take into consideration to ask yourself, am I ready for marriage? Okay, so I'm going to refer to my checklist because I wrote these out and I really wanted to be really conscientious with you guys about this, because once you see this video, if you have to play repeat a couple of times, I want you to do that because it's very important to me that you guys take this information and digest it and think about it. Especially, I'm going to point this out, especially if you're already in a relationship where you're living together. And marriage is the next step, and marriage is the thing that you're looking for. These are things that I want you to assess. So, first thing is honor. The person that you're with, the person that you wish to be with, if you're single, you want them to have honor. And when I say honor, I mean that a person does what they say they're going to do, and they honor things. To me, that's a very, very important trait to have in a partner. And I'm not just speaking to women, I'm talking to men too. You want someone that says they're going to do something and they follow through and they do that they honor things. And to me, it's a sign of respect. If you tell me you're going to do something, you're going to do it, and I expect that you're going to do it and you follow through, and I judge my man on that all the time. I don't want to hear nothing about what you say you're going to do. I want to see you actually do it. So honor. You want to make sure your partner is honorable. Number 2 is respect. Respect. You want to make sure that that person not only respects you, but respects other people. You know, we see a lot about a person and how they treat others. As, you know, mainly ourselves. You know, when you're in a relationship, you're with someone and they respect you, yeah, but you also want to see that they respect others and they respect their peers. And I'm going to tell you a big sign of respect. When you're arguing and it's ugly and it's nasty, if you're to the point where you're saying, I'm going to use the words motherfucker, cunt, bitch, hoe. When it gets to that point, when it gets that ugly, that's a sign. Because anyone that's going to take you out of your character to that extent, you need to reevaluate that. And if you're single and it's the first, and you're dating and someone comes out of their mouth to you like that, that's a no-no. You know that you don't need to be in a relationship like that. So respect is huge. That R-E-S-P-E-C-T, yeah, Aretha knew what she was talking about with respect. Number 3, a sense of family. A sense of family. You want someone who respects that you have your family, and you want to be with someone who has a sense of family, because you know your family is sometimes a safe haven. Is it always a safe haven? No, there are certain family members we may not need in our lives, but that's okay. But you want to be with someone that, you know, you have children together, that you have a strong sense of family, because your children, if you have them and if you don't have them, they learn from you. They're going to learn what honor is in the family, and respect is through you. So you want to make sure that someone you're with or wish to be with has a sense of family. That's number 3. Number 4 is religious views. What is the core of that person? What do they base their sense of faith on? Do they believe in God? Do they live in a way that, you know, may not be religious but has a sense of spirituality that you can relate to, that matches your own? You don't want to be with someone who doesn't believe in God and you believe in God. If you're both atheists, then hey, that's fine. It works for you. But you want to be with someone who understands your religious values and you understand theirs. And in raising your children together, you know, and you have a plan about how you wish to raise your children, be it Catholic, Baptist, Christian, whatever. So you want to know a person's religious values, okay? Number 5. Money. What's the money looking like? What's the money looking like? Are you going to be in a relationship with a person who has trouble handling money? You want to see what a man acts like with money. Is he constantly broke? Does he or she have bad credit? And if things aren't great now, are you in a position, or are they in a position to build themselves up, that you say, okay, right now things are a little shaky, but that's okay because you're in school, you're trying to make things happen, or you're starting a business. To me, that's standing by your man or your woman in a time that they're trying to make it happen, and I respect that. But if you've been in a relationship a long time and your woman or your man is not aggressive in terms of, handling money and knowing how to handle money and getting your credit together, all those things are very important. One day you want to buy a house. If your credit isn't right and you're having problems with that, how you can't rent a car, you can't buy a house. Even if you want to rent, they check your credit reports. So you want to be in a relationship or a marriage with someone who has their money situation together, because that's very important. That will impede your way of living, your way of life. So you definitely want to make sure that money and the financial is intact. Okay, money is important. You can't live on love alone. Don't even think that, oh, we're in love, we just need love. No, you need to be financially stable to be happy. You need to have that. Okay, sex. Sex is very important. Very important. You have to have sexual chemistry with the person you're with. And I'm going to say this. If you're a woman and you like a man with a big penis, don't marry a man with a little penis. Don't write me saying, Shanda, I love my husband. He's an excellent father. He's a great provider. He's all these wonderful things, but his penis is too small. What can I do about that? What can you do about it? What can he do about it? He can't do nothing about it, because this is how he was built. And you knew that when you got with him. So if the person you're with is lacking boobs or lacking behind or lacking whatever, you can't complain about that later. Because this is how they were built. It's how God built them. They can't change those things. So you have to be sure that who you want to marry, who you wish to marry, has that sexual chemistry and that sexual connection that you need. Because, you're saying I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. So you got to have that. Number 7, and this is separate from sex. I purposely did this separate, which is affection. A lot of people say, oh, I don't need affection. I'm a woman that needs affection. I don't always want sex. Well, when I'm not having sex, I want my affection. I like to be hugged. I like to be kissed. I want to hold hands. I want the world to see that, wow, they love each other. You can see it, like their energy is just so, the fireworks. You want someone that loves you and shows that they love you, not just sexually, but in terms of affection. That's very, very important. Because again, showing is better all day than just saying it. You want your partner to say, I love you, but you want to show it through affection too. And you want to be with someone that doesn't have issues with showing you that. Okay? Number 8, and it's no surprise, communication. So many of you write to me, he doesn't communicate with me. She doesn't talk to me. Communication means everything. And communication starts very early in a relationship. You have to establish your need for communication, and you have to communicate very early on in your relationships. You can't expect that to come later. It may come later, but it takes a lot of work to get there. So remember that. You have a partner that has communication issues, that's been there for a long time. And that may be from when they were a child and, they grew up in a family that didn't communicate. Well, you got to deal with that. That can't be ignored, and that's something you got to work on. You got to work on communication. Nothing gets done properly without correct communication. If I don't like how you treated me, how do I communicate? I got to communicate it with respect. Because if I want respect, I have to give it. Okay? And if you're constantly giving respect in your relationship and you're not getting that, then you need to reevaluate that, and you need to make moves about what you need to do with your life. Okay, it's food for thought. Number 9, a strong sense of self. You do not want to be in a relationship with someone that you constantly need to feed them to be strong and to have security about themselves. You do not want to be in a relationship with a person that lacks self-discipline and has insecurity issues. You'll never win because they are in a constant battle with themselves. And you can't keep feeding someone's ego or someone's sense of self. That has everything to do with them. You want someone in your life that has a strong sense of self. Because when you're weak, they're strong. There are many times I'm weak and my husband is like, Sean, no, 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 you got to do this. And there's many times he's weak and I'm like, no, no, baby, we learn from each other and we build each other up because we both have a strong sense of self. It's very, very important. Okay? And number 10, you want someone that is committed, and monogamous. Unless you decide to have an open marriage, which many of us don't wish to have, you want someone in your life that is solely committed to you and monogamous with you. And I say this all the time. If you wish to get married, you want to get married, you're being pressured to be married, whether you're a man or a woman. If you can't be monogamous, if you cannot do the things that it takes to sustain a marriage, do not marry someone. It is not fair to you. It is not fair to them. You will marry someone and you will be miserable, and in turn, they will be miserable, and it'll be a miserable union. And if you have kids, the kids are going to see it, and that is not the life you wish to lead. You want someone that is marrying just you. And if you live with someone and I went through all of these 10 steps and none of this feels like you or sounds like you, then you need to reevaluate your life. And you need to make the steps that are necessary, that if it's not going the way you want it to go, then you got to make a move. Don't listen to the TV shows that are telling you, just wait it out, he's going to come around. No. It's your life. So anyone you choose to share your life with, you make sure that everything you want and need in that person, maybe it's not going to be all on point, but those major things have to be addressed. And they have to be a yes by a lot of them. Of course, I don't know it all, but what I do know is that I'm in love this time, my second time around, and that I'm happy, and I try to share that with you guys. Again, it's all food for thought. You could take the advice, and I wish you the best in love and health. And when I say that, I truly mean I want you to be happy. And you got to be happy with the people you're with. And if you're not, you got to think about that, sweethearts. You really do. Again, I love your comments. Write into me. I love you much. I'll be back here on Friday for Fat Fridays. And we'll talk soon. Mwah. God bless you. Bye-bye.